So these are our two American Buff Geese. I might see if I can get a little closer here. They decided they want to chew apart that bale. Anyways, basically, yeah, these are the last two we have. Last year we bought 5. They were actually all unrelated, but just didn't quite work out with the move and everything, and we kind of made the decision in the spring to sell the other 3, and we kept these 2 because the female there, who's on top of the bale, who the kids affectionately call Fat Lady Goose, even though I'm not sure she's as fat as her partner, Samson, the bigger one on the ground there. Yeah, she was sitting on eggs at the time, and unfortunately none of those hatched. Now, technically it was her first year. She's a 2019 hatch bird, and so is he actually, but anyways, not discouraging. We kind of expected it. It's just one of those things. For a year you don't have any goslings, and they're not really serving their purpose at the moment. They're just kind of here, so we're kind of at this point where we're not really sure whether to keep them, hold on to them, see what happens, or just kind of write that experiment off as, yeah, it didn't quite work, and kind of go from there. But I guess I'm going to walk over here a little bit. You can see, get a little closer to look at them. So they, I think I might have mentioned this, these are they're American Buff Geese. Oh, and of course you guys are going to go the other way. And right now they're just sleeping in the barn, and we put them out here during the day. But we basically, oh yes, and here's a kitten. Ooh, here's a cute little cat who really wants attention. Anyways, long story short, on these guys, we used to raise ducks from about 2008 on. We had Cayuga ducks and Khaki Campbell ducks, and that's a whole nother story. Anyways, last year we got out of ducks and sort of made the decision, well, we'll try our hand at geese again. Again, not the first time we've had geese. Oh yes, and there's a cattail. Anyways, lots of great qualities, some negative qualities. All in all, the big question of the, I guess, summer is what to do with you two. Are you staying, or are you going to find a new home? Anyways, just kind of a brief introduction there, I guess. Some of the pros to keeping the geese would be they're very cheap to feed. We do feed a little bit of grain, but it's like right now they're just foraging on grass and whatever else they have available out here. If they have young, they're a good sized bird. They're heritage birds, so, oh yes, you're not stealing the spotlight, cat. You can probably hear her purring. They're heritage birds. They're hardy. They're pretty predator proof. We get a little bit of benefit. I'm not going to say they're a deterrent, but I think they help a little bit with things like ravens, which we've had issues with in the past. Although this spring yeah, that's right, you weren't really doing your job. I came out one day and the raven was sitting on the fence like 2 feet from him, and they didn't make any sort of fuss about it whatsoever. I guess another pro, American Buffs are pretty quiet, although they have their moments. I've always enjoyed geese for the most part. And when they work, they're awesome. But the cons are they can be kind of loud. We're starting to learn they're not mixable with everything. They don't like our sheep. In fact, right before he went into molt, Samson here took a real hate on to the sheep, which of course that was in the spring, so some forgivableness I suppose, but he'd go after them and catch his bill on their wool, and they'd drag him around the pasture, and then he'd go back again the next time and do it all over again. So yeah, just a little bit of a management issue there, I guess, because we were hoping for something that didn't require as much infrastructure, and then of course that's infrastructure is always at a premium, where to put them and etc. So just some things to consider. The kids like them from a distance, but they're definitely not their favorite livestock. This time of year they're not as bad, but you know, sometimes geese and little kids don't mix fantastically well, so just one more of those things to consider. But yeah, basically right now we're on the fence. We're really not sure what way to go with it, so yeah, kind of just making this little video because really at the moment there's not much else to say about the geese, and there probably won't be much to say about the geese for the remainder of the year. If we do decide to keep them, they'll just kind of be around, but figured we'd kind of introduce them at least and maybe start that discussion. But anyways, it's getting late in the day, so I'm going to leave it at that as they're leaving us. A good view of a goose butt and a cat, and yeah, we'll come back to it later. Alright, on to the next thing.